Well, Manchester United and Arsenal are really tussling it out at the Emirates Stadium, right? That is, I'm sorry to see London Stadium, but it's supposed to be the Emirates Stadium tomorrow there. That's why everything's obviously going to be tussled out. Remember, this season, they've already played a game and it ended 2-0 in favor of Arsenal in a game where United had total control of the game, but they failed to obviously deliver a win to Manchester. So today, we are obviously going to be looking through how United is gonna be really charged for such a big magnitude of a game. And smash like button, comment and share. If at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Rokani David is my name, and hope you guys are really having fun wherever you are. And this is the channel that brings you your latest news and information as far as nation is concerned, and continue to obviously subscribe to this channel, and the rest is really gonna be history into the making in here. So as it stands, the side of Arsenal is really working tooth and nail to see to it that they obviously at least win something under the regime of Mikel Arteta, something that Arteta is really working hard for. Remember, in the Carabao Cup semi-final, they lost to Newcastle by 2-0. You understand? So after losing to Newcastle, they are still really trying to come up with a proper plan that will see them really getting to where they want to be in as far as winning is really concerned, and that is the side of Arsenal. So they have to go for the return leg to the St. James's Stadium and see to it obviously harvest a win of 2-0 or 3-1 or 3-0 to obviously either go to penalties or proceed to the finals that are going to be played at Wembley. Now, this video is powered by Mono Gadgets, dealers in brand new phones and brand new laptops. Continue to go into onto their TikTok also, Mono Gadgets, and see the wide variety of products that really do have. They also deal in used products and used phones and used laptops from the United Kingdom. Then they also have what we call affordable smartwatches. If at all you feel like you need an affordable smartwatch, you can as well call them on that number, and you will thank me later in here onto the Rokani Media Football. So call them on +256 70 99 88 665, and the rest will be history, and you will thank me later maybe. Now after that, let's get into the game. Arsenal comes into this game of football after playing a game of football. In the midweek, they lost to Newcastle 2-0. Then over the weekend, I think they drew with Brighton. It was 1-1. Yeah, if at all I'm not mistaken, it was 1-1 with Brighton. You know, that is Arsenal for you. Man United, they never played a game in the midweek because they were not into what we call the Carabao Cup. They were knocked out by Tottenham Hotspur, 4-3 at the the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. So they've rested for some good days, 6-7 days of rest, and this is where the manager of Manchester United told us that he needed time to train his players. And for my case, I'm here waiting to see how United is going to be looking, into this game situation. I tell you, I'm just waiting to see how United is going to be looking, because looks like they really are rested for Monday, and I think they've been training like Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, 4 days of intensive training. And I think the manager now had 4 days to obviously instill a little bit of what he wants these players to look like. So it's not going to be an easy game for everyone who thinks it's going to be, but we get into this game of football when Arsenal is having Bukayo Saka with a hamstring injury. Then Ethan Nwaneri is having a muscle injury. Ben White knee injury. Takahiro Tomiyasu is having what we call a knee injury. But the manager told us that he's back. He's a little bit back into the training session, and he's really working tooth and nail to see to it that obviously makes it to the squad. And we are waiting to see whether he will really make it to the squad as a player of Arsenal. So now, when we look at the side of Man United, Marcus Rashford is one of those that might not be in the squad. because he's been training alone. Mason Mount is having a thigh injury. Victor Lindelof is having an injury that is very unspecified, and Luke Shaw is also trying to get back. So that is it for the club of Manchester United and Arsenal injuries. Now, let's go to the probable starting 11 for the club of Arsenal as they prepare for this game of football. One of the most contagious positions is going to be the goalkeeping department. You know, Neto was signed from Wolverhampton Wanderers on loan, and he hasn't gone ahead, obviously, be in between the stitches for a second. Why? He had played in the Carabao Cup for the team, I think, of Wolverhampton Wanderers. And that's why he hasn't played any part in any of the games. That Stratford also got some minutes when this guy is there, because he doesn't qualify to play in a tournament like this. So that is Neto for you. But this is a chance for him to start. But I still believe that it's going to be David Raya. That's what I really think, because they're playing Man United. Arteta doesn't want to obviously get knocked out in this game, you know. So I think Raya will start, but if at all Neto comes in through and obviously starts, I won't be shocked, I tell you. On the right, I think it's going to be Julian Timber to play onto the right back for the club of Arsenal. Then left back, I think it's going to be Carafiori Ricaldo to obviously continue with his long run to obviously fit into the team. Then right-sided centre-back, William Saliba. I know he's obviously going to be given a chance. And I think Gabriel Magalhaes will start, though other people say it might be Jakub Kiwior to play off the left side of the central defense, because these are kind of games where the manager really needs to obviously maybe try out something into that game. In the CDM area, I think it's going to be Thomas Partey, obviously, to play part into that area as a central defensive midfielder alongside Declan Rice. I think is going to go strong into that midfield, or Merino, but Martin Odegaard will obviously play into that midfield three as a number 10 to really be that creative spark for the side of Arsenal. And on the right forward position, my mind tells me that Havertz should be played here. Why? Oh my God, who has brought in Saka? You know? Who has gone ahead obviously bring in Saka? Let me see. I put Saka here, really? I don't think so. Not really. Where is... Sorry, guys. Sorry. I made a very big mistake, and I've just gone ahead to see it here. Let me really get... This is the video I really edited. It's here. This is the video I edited. Let me show you. I was really puzzled, and I'm like, how can Saka be into the equation to start? That is really very wrong. Very, very wrong. It's unacceptable. Now, this is the video I edited. This is the video I edited, right? This is it, you know? I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. But this is the video I edited. And in goal, obviously, David Raya. Then we are having Julian Timber, right back. Left back, Carafiori. Saliba, Gabriel Magalhaes, central defense. Thomas Partey in the CDM area alongside Declan Rice a little bit there. And we have to think about Martin Odegaard doing the needful in that position, right? Then we go for Kai Havertz to be played as a right forward. And the system of Mikel Arteta always looks lame and helpless when they're not having a left-footed player playing onto the right forward side of Arsenal. You saw it when Wanero was there. It was okay. It was really working out very well. He got injured and Arsenal drew with Brighton. You understand? Then, in the game they played against Newcastle, he never really used Kai Havertz that side. But if I told Mikel Arteta I improvise and obviously use Kai Havertz that side. You understand? Then on the left forward, I think I can go with Gabriel Martinelli, obviously. And who is leading the line? I think it should be Gabriel Jesus. He should be the man leading the line for the club of Arsenal. So that is my probable starting 11 that I believe Mikel Arteta will obviously bring up to face the side of Manchester United. For Manchester United, I think they're going to be having Onana in the back three. It's going to be Delete, Maguire, and Lisandro Martinez. Then Mazarawi, right wing back, left wing back, Diego Dallo, Ugarte, and Kobe Mainoo in the double pivot. Bruno Fernandes, and maybe Garnacho because Amadi Diallo has been ill, as confirmed to us by the manager. Then I know Rasmus Højlund will lead the line. Now, there are some stats that I really want you guys to obviously know about this FA Cup tie that United is going to be tussling it out with the club of Arsenal tomorrow. Very important to note, and this is what you need to know about a game of this magnitude. This is the 16th different FA Cup tie, excluding players, second legs between Arsenal and Manchester United. The second most in the comparisons, so in the competition's history, after Everton versus Liverpool. You've heard it very well. Secondly, this is the first meeting between Arsenal and Man United in the third round of the FA Cup. It will be the 7th different fixture in a current format of the competition since 1925-1926 season. You have been to have played in each of the 6 rounds available to top flight clubs after Arsenal versus Chelsea, Chelsea versus Arsenal, Chelsea versus Manchester United, Chelsea versus Spurs, Liverpool versus Man United, and Man United versus Southampton, meaning that this is one of a kind that you've gone ahead to see these teams obviously tussling it out, these big teams on the third round. Thirdly, Arsenal have eliminated the holders of the FA Cup on each of the last 6 occasions they've faced them. Most recently beating Man City 2-0 in 2019-2020, the semi-final. However, Man United have won 3 of their last 4 FA Cup games against the Gunners, including their only previous meeting at the Emirates in the competition, 3-1 in January 2019. So, as it stands, all shows that the side of Manchester United is really having an edge, but also Arsenal has an edge. They've eliminated FA Cup winners 6 times in the last meetings they've gone ahead to meet them. So Arsenal has a very huge goal there. Then Manchester United have eliminated Arsenal from the FA Cup more than any other side in the competition's history, 8, while the Gunners have knocked out the Reds more than any other team, 7. So the records are really tight. Lastly, Arsenal have been eliminated from the FA Cup tie at the third round stage in 2 of their last 3 seasons, having fallen at this hurdle in just one of the previous 25 campaigns. They last went out in the third round in a consecutive seasons in 1994 to 1995 versus Millwall and 1995-1996 versus Sheffield United. So it shows you that there is a very huge goal in that side. And now you people are waiting for my prediction. For me, I see a draw written all over this beautiful game of football, and I see it going to penalties, and I'm not going to obviously judge penalties. I see a draw, like a 2-2 draw at Emirates tomorrow, and I see this game going to penalties. So I don't know what your thoughts are about, but my prediction is I see a draw happening at the Emirates. But tell me your thoughts about this beautiful game of football, what your predictions are, and who do you think is obviously going to come up and obviously get into the next round, that is the 4th round of the FA Cup. But the manager of Man United also needs this because he knows to it that he can really continue winning. Drawing the Liverpool over the weekend 2-2 will make sense if at all Man United goes ahead at the Emirates and obviously gets in or knocks out Arsenal. If they don't, then the confidence that he has gone ahead to build for some time would have gone ahead obviously lost. That's what they call washing and lining up your clothes in the mud. So that's what we had for you here onto the Rokani Media Football. Emirates Stadium is the stadium where everything is going to be tussled out, and wait for everything tomorrow here onto this channel. But today we've gone ahead to obviously see some FA Cup games get played, and let me get you a little bit of the results before I obviously sign out. We had Chelsea has beaten Makorab by 5-0. Bournemouth has beaten West Brom 5-0. Brighton has beaten Norwich 4-0. Burnley has beaten Reading 3-1. Leeds has beaten Horton Town 1-0. Man City has beaten Salford 8-0. That's how everything went ahead obviously pan out. And on target, Jeremy Doku with the brace, Divin Mobama scored 1, Nico O'Reilly 1, and Jack Grealish scored a penalty. Then James McTee scored a hat-trick in there for a player that is expected to leave the side of Man City. And very many players were arrested because the manager knows how important this is. So guys, thank you very much for watching through. That's Rokan David for you. We out, and bye-bye.